You'll find that your wildlife population is actually getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's the problem. From Chipangali Wildlife Orphanage. I actually am the co-director with my husband Kevin. My husband is actually the founder's son. Viv Wilson, his dad, was actually had the idea of Chipangali over 63 years ago, and basically we have carried on his legacy. Now, most of the animals that have come in here have been injured, orphaned, or are confiscated animals that have been brought to us, usually as young animals, and then we have tried to fix them up if they're damaged, and if they can be released back into the wild, then obviously that is first prize. But unfortunately, some of our animals that we have here cannot be repaired enough to go back into the wild. For instance, say an owl gets hit by a car and the wing is so badly damaged that we have to amputate it. Now that owl can actually lead a very fruitful life, and we can actually breed their progeny, and then the progeny we can release back into the wild. So obviously, as I say, if we can release the animal uninjured and well back into the wild, that's first prize. But if we can't, then those animals have to stay at Chipangali. They actually do a multitude of things. They actually help us with the animals. They help us with educating children. We have a program called Epic Kids, which basically stands for Educational Program Involving Children. And there we take a chameleon, a snake, a tortoise, and a hedgehog normally to schools. And we go and try and educate the kids into the importance of our wildlife heritage here in Zimbabwe. The volunteers have breakfast from 7:30 till 8:15. Then they usually do what we call baby feeding time or animal feeding time, where they cut up fruit, they cut up meat, depending on if it's a carnivore or a herbivore, and they actually get to feed young animals and clean water bowls and sort out all of that. Then that usually takes up until about 9 o'clock. 9:15. Then we usually have projects. Now either that is environmentally enriching or decorating or cleaning out certain cages and making sure that things are made better for the animals. Because one thing that you do have to know is that when you come to Chipangali, it's not just about cuddling animals. We don't have lots of cuddle animals, but you basically work for the animals. You are making things better for the animals. You are giving of your time, your enthusiasm, and basically we really, really appreciate that, because we don't have time to spend with the animals as much as we'd like to. I think that when a volunteer comes here, it actually is very interesting for them, because they get to deal with so many different varieties of wild animals. Obviously everyone wants to deal with babies because babies are cute, but it's not all just baby animals that we deal with. We also have to deal with sick and injured animals. Sometimes they're not so nice. They can bite, they can injure you, and you've got to just be careful and obviously the biggest thing that we worry about here, is the safety of the volunteers. We will not let them go into a situation where they could get hurt. That is not our policy. We would rather put ourselves in danger and let them actually see what has to be done.
So I knew that I wanted to come to Africa and do a bit of volunteering with the animals, and I just looked online, and the first site that I found offered this program, and they offered a program doing research as well. So the first time I came out, I thought that I would do one research-specific program, and then one where you actually directly worked with the animals.
My favorite part here is working with all the different animals and of course meeting all the different people from all over the world.
Catching grasshoppers.
Yes.
You sure it's there?
It's here. A grasshopper!
Wow, good work.
It's not a big one, but
What I've loved the most is just like the whole experience. I love the people, I love the animals, and I especially love this one. She's my little baby.
all the volunteers.
Well, one second, who's the English person here? Me. So you, okay.
It's because I come here and get my nails done every day.
The contact with the animals, because as you can see, once you get to know them, they're really nice.
My favorite thing was just working with the animals. We were really close to the animals, actual hands-on experience with animals.
I guess my favorite part here is actually doing the research. I love going out to the Matopus and, setting traps, looking at all the camera traps, all that kind of stuff, seeing what we have out there. But I also love working with these guys directly. It's nice to have a mixture of the both, where you can go out and work, see, what's going on with the wild animals, and then come in and actually, get to pet a lion or a monkey.
So my least favorite part is that I have to leave.
Probably leaving is my least favorite part.